Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for banking and finance for May month, and this is the second part of this video. Let's start. In May, Mumbai-based spend management and payments platform Encash, they have launched a first of its kind payment solution for SMBs and startups that is called Encash Payment Gateway. This Encash, it will offer truly unified payment and spend checks, bringing together account payment automation, expense management, corporate cards, loyalty program all under one thing. And this gateway is specifically designed to cater to India's over 63 million SMBs and startup merchants. Next, Star Health and Allied Insurance, they have expanded their Superstar Health plan by launching Star Flexi. Identify the three new plan variants introduced under this expansion. It is Preferred, Essential and Secure. So A, B and D. Elite is not one of them. Next, mention the name of the bank from which Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority has secured a 1,500 crore rupees bank loan for redeveloping the slum areas along the Eastern Express Highway in Ghatkopar in Mumbai, Maharashtra. So mention the name of that bank. Which is that bank we are talking about here? It is Bank of Maharashtra. Right, this will be the first phase of 8,498 crore rupees slum rehabilitation authority project, and the government agency will redevelop the Ramabai Ambedkar Nagar and Kamraj Nagar in Ghatkopar. Next, in May, HDFC Bank Limited, they have launched a new suite of Biz Plus current account to meet the evolving needs of India's which sector? It is micro, small and medium enterprise. Right, the account aims to address the evolving financial needs of the businesses across four growth stages, that is setup, then growth, then expansion and then further diversification. Next, SEBI, they have extended the compliance deadline for its revised framework on offshore derivative instruments that are issued by the FPIs, to which date it has been extended to 13th of November 2025. That was earlier 17th of May 2025. Right, from 17th of May extended till 17th of November. These updated norms, they aim to enhance transparency and investor accountability through stricter disclosure requirements and compliance measures. The decision here follows the representation from the market participants requesting more time for a smooth transition to the updated regulations. Next, in May, RBI has imposed a monetary penalty on Deutsche Bank India and Yes Bank Limited for non-compliance with specific regulatory guidelines under the Banking Regulation Act of 1949. Mention the amount of penalty imposed on Deutsche Bank India. So the penalty imposed is of 50 lakh rupees. Right, take a note of this. On Deutsche Bank and on Yes Bank, the penalty imposed is of 29.6 lakh rupees. Next, identify the institute with which Indian Overseas Bank signed a memorandum of understanding for customized electronic learning and certification program on micro, small and medium enterprises. So identify the institute. It is your Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. The objective of the MOU here is to enhance the knowledge of employees about MSMEs and respond to credit need of MSMEs adequately and in a timely manner. Next, according to the recent approvals granted by RBI in May 25, pick out the incorrect statement. If we look at the options here, only C is wrong, A is right, B is right. C is saying that Capital India Finance Limited, they have obtained RBI approval for capital infusion into its key subsidiary, Capital India Home Loans Limited. Is it correct? No, it is CIFL, that is Capital India Finance Limited. They have received the RBI approval for sale and change in control of their material subsidiary, that is Capital India Homes Loan Limited. Right, not your capital infusion. I repeat, they have received the RBI approval not for capital infusion but for the sale and change in control of its material subsidiary. Next, according to RBI latest data released in May, the outward remittance under the liberalized remittance scheme declined by 6.85% year on year. To what amount? It has been declined to $29.56 billion in FY25 compared to $31.74 billion recorded in FY24. Here, RBI cited certain factors which mainly contributed to the decline of the outward remittance. First is your global uncertainty. Second, the policies that have been implemented by various countries such as the UK, USA, right? Then apart from this, the warlike situations that are going on, students are now or the people are less preferring outside countries for various travel or your education. Hence, the outward remittance has declined. But the inward remittance has touched a almost 130 plus billion dollar mark, which is again an interesting thing. Next, RBI has released their latest monthly bulletin revealing that NRI deposit in Indian banks soared to an 11-year high in the FY25. Identify the correct statement regarding the inflows in three types of NRI deposits. If we look at them, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, in May, RBI notified the formation of a 6-member Payment Regulatory Board under the Payment Regulatory Board Regulations of 2025 to regulate and supervise the payment systems in India, replacing the existing boards for regulation and supervision of payments and settlement system. Who will be the chairperson of this 6-member board? So, who will be here the member? RBI governor. That is, who is the governor of RBI? Sanjay Malhotra as of now. Next, identify the bank from which Vivriti Asset Management they have secured a fresh commitment of $20 million for its Vivriti India Retail Assets Fund, bolstering the fund's capital base to $165 million. So, identify the bank. Which is that bank? It is your Development Bank of Austria. Right? Take a note of it. Then, how much amount is approved by the Central Board of Directors of RBI in their 615th meeting that was held in May 25 to be transferred as a surplus to the Government of India for FY25? How much amount is the surplus? 2.69 trillion rupees. Quite interesting. This is a 27% higher surplus than last fiscal year of FY24, where the amount was 2.11 trillion rupees and here it is 2.69 trillion rupees. Also, the central board has decided to increase the contingency risk buffer to 7.5%, the highest end of the new band. Next, mention the name of the bank bank which is in partnership with Super.Money, that is a fintech platform backed by Flipkart, launched a RuPay credit card to offer high cashback rewards for UPI based QR code payments. Mention the name of the bank. It is your Axis Bank, right? They partnered with Super.Money. Next, identify the insurance company that has entered into a strategic partnership with Equitas Small Finance Bank with an aim to expand life insurance accessibility in India through bank branch network. It is Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance Company Limited. This partnership aims to enhance financial protection and inclusion, particularly in semi-urban and rural areas of the country. Next, Kotak Mahindra Bank Limited, they have introduced a new chapter of their flagship digital banking platform, that is Kotak 811, with a campaign that celebrates the seamless, intuitive and full service experience it offers its customers. This initiative will enhance the digital banking experience for the customers who are looking for modern banking than traditional banking. Next, according to Alliance Global Insurance Report of 2025 that was released in May 25, India's life insurance market is expected to grow at 10.5% annual CAGR over the next decade. Right? This report has been recently released by Alliance Global Insurance. And the Indian market, it is poised to become the second largest in Asia, surpassing Japan. And India's growth here of life insurance sector will be at 10.5 CAGR over the next decade. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the draft guidelines issued by RBI in May for gold loans by banks and NBFCs. If we have to find the correct statement here, B and C is right, A is wrong. A is saying that the loan to value ratio for gold loans is capped at 85%. No, it is capped at 75%. 75%. That means if the gold is pledged worth 100 rupees, out of for this 100 rupees only 75 rupees can be claimed as a loan. Maximum amount of loans 75%. Next, identify the insurance company which along with Vidyaniti LLP jointly acquired 4.25% stake in National Highways Infrastructure Trust for 1100 crore rupees through an open market transactions, right? This is National Highway Infra Trust, correct? So name that insurance company. Which is that insurance company? It is SIB Life Insurance Company Limited along with Vidyaniti LLP. They have jointly acquired this 4.25% stake, and this acquisition was carried out through an open market transaction reflecting growing investor interest in long-term infrastructure asset. Next, in May, RBI released a draft circular titled Periodic Updation of KYC Revised Instruction proposing amendments to the existing KYC Master Direction. Question asked is, as per the circular, what is the timeline for updating KYC for high-risk customers? It is 2 years. Right? What is the timeline here for updating KYC for high-risk customers? It is 2 years. Next, in May, SEBI barred former IndusInd Bank CEO Sumant Katpalia and 4 other senior officials from trading in the securities market. What was the allegation that led to this action? It is because of the insider trading, right? The former IndusInd Bank CEO Sumant Katpalia and 4 other senior officials were barred from the market. Next, RBI gave in principle approval to 2 entities to operate as a payment aggregator for cross-border export and import activities. Mention these 2 entities. Which are these 2 entities? This is your Worldline ePayments India and PayPal India Private Limited. These are the 2 entities. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part.
RBI allowed separate trading of the registered interest and principal securities in state government securities. Question asked is, what is the minimum outstanding amount required for fixed coupon bonds issued by the state government or union territory to qualify the strips here? So what is the minimum outstanding amount? It is minimum amount required here is of 1000 crore rupees. This will be in addition to the existing stripping and reconstitution allowed since April 1st 2010 in eligible central government data securities. And if we talk about the stripes, these are the securities that represent either the principal or each interest payment of a bond, allowing them to be traded separately in the bond market. And here the maturity of them is 14 years. These fixed coupon bonds. Next, Gombozov Zendaster was appointed as the 34th Prime Minister of Dash. He was appointed as the 34th Prime Minister of Mongolia. Next, identify the country defeated by South Africa to win the 23-25 International Cricket Council World Test Championship final held in London, England in June 2025. It is Australia, right? And this was the 3rd edition of the ICC World Test Championship, right? It was held from 16th of June 23 till 14th of June 2024, and it is Australia that has won it, right? Oh, sorry, I correct. South Africa has won it. They defeated Australia in the final. So who won it? It was won by South Africa. Next, who won the 63rd edition of the Canadian Grand Prix held in the Montreal, Canada, marking his first F1 Grand Prix victory of the 2025 season? So George Russell has recently won the Canadian Grand Prix, right? Take a note of this. And here, if we see the overall drivers championship standing, in that George Russell stands at the 4th position. He is from Germany and he drives for Mercedes. Next, what is the theme of the Global Wind Day, the day being observed each year on 15th of June across the globe to raise awareness about the potential of wind energy in reshaping global energy systems and promoting a sustainable future? It is Day of Community Action. This is the theme here, right? World Wind Day was first observed in 2007, first time, right? And it is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy that hosted the event here. Next, Which two countries qualified the FIFA Men's World Cup 2026 for the first time ever, confirmed during the Asia qualifiers in June 2025? So, Uzbekistan and Jordan. These are the two countries that have qualified for the first time for the FIFA Men's World Cup 2026. Next, who was appointed as the president and managing director of Dell Technologies Incorporation of India in June 25, succeeding Alok Orai? So, Manish Gupta was appointed as the president and managing director for Dell. Next, identify the correct statements regarding the third United Nations Ocean Conference held in Nice, France in June 2025. If we look at the options here, we have to find the correct statement, right? So if we look at the options here, option A is right, that is saying China's Li Junha was appointed as the Secretary General of UNCO3 by the United Nations Secretary General to overall monitor their preparedness. So yes, it is absolutely right. B is saying that B is wrong here and C is wrong, correct? So remember, only the option A is right here. Next is, where was the 113th session of the ILC, International Labour Conference or Parliament of Labour, the highest decision-making body of the International Labour Organization, in which Union Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandviya represented India, held in 2025. So where was this held? This was held in Geneva, Switzerland. So the location was asked here. This conference will create global label standards, review the member countries and also their policies, and address the key issues such as your workers' right, social security and workplace biological hazards that can cause problem. Next, identify the country that joined the BRICS as the 10th partner country in June 2025. It is Vietnam, right? Vietnam is the country, right, that joined the BRICS as their 10th partner country. Next is, United Nations General Assembly declared 2026 as the International Year of the Women Farmer to acknowledge the critical role of women in agriculture and to raise awareness about the challenges they face globally. Question asked is, which country initiated the resolution that led to the declaration by United Nations General Assembly? It is USA, United States of America. And this resolution was supported by over 100 countries, highlighting the international recognition of women's contribution to global food system. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the Union Minister Piyush Goyal's 5-day official visit to Switzerland and Sweden. If we look at the options here, we have to find the correct statement. So all these three options are rightly mentioned here. Next, who was formally awarded a knighthood by the King Charles III in June, recognizing his remarkable contribution to sports and charitable causes. So who was awarded here the knighthood by the King Charles III? So right option is David Robert Joseph Beckham, right? That is David Beckham, very famous footballer, former footballer. He was awarded here with this honor. Next, mention the name of the satellite that CNSA, China National Space Administration, launched during the Long March 2D carrier rocket from Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center to monitor the natural disasters using advanced space technologies. It is Zhenghe 102. Right, it was launched using Long March 2D carrier rocket and it represented 581st mission of the Long March rocket. Next, Goa Shipyard Limited, that is a defense PSU, launched the 5th fast patrol vessel for the Indian Coast Guard in June, right? And it was under 473 crore rupees project. Identify the indigenously built vessel. What is the name of this 5th fast patrol vessel? It is Achal. Take a note of this. And it can reach a speed of 27 knots. It is 52 meters in length and 8 meters wide. Next, name the first Indian sponsor team that made history by winning the rapid section of the 3rd edition of the FIDE World Rapid and Blitz Team Championship held in London in June 2025. It is MGDI. Right, this is the first Indian sponsor team to have won the rapid section of the 2025 FIDE edition of the 3rd edition of the World Rapids and Blitz Team Championship. Next, Jacinda Kate Laurel Ardern, the former Prime Minister of which country, released a memoir. This is the memoir, A Different Kind of Power, where she highlighted her leadership journey and personal milestone. So she is the former Prime Minister of New Zealand. Next, Mention the theme under the 10th anniversary of the United Nations International Day of Family Remittance, observed on 16th of June, focusing on sustainable development goals in low and middle income countries. So, what is the theme here? It is being asked. It is remittances financing development. Next, mention the company that became the first Indian corporate to issue environmental social governance ESG bonds, right? These are your environmental social governance bonds. Right, they were launched under the Securities and Exchange Board of India's ESG and Sustainability Linked Bond Framework in June 2025. So, which is that company we are talking about that has launched these ESG bonds? It is L&T, Larsons and Tubro. These ESG bonds or environmental social governance bond, these are the debt instruments that are used to finance the projects that align with the environment, social and governance goals. Next, VO Chidambaram VO Chidandrar Port Authority, that is VOC Port Authority, it is located where? It is located in Thoothukudi, Tamil Nadu, right? And it was officially declared as the India's first plastic free port. Take a note of this. This is important. Which is the India's first plastic free port? It is VOC Port Authority, that is in Thoothukudi, Tamil Nadu. Next is identify the stock exchange that announced plans to launch electricity derivatives following the approval from SEBI, right? You will be able to trade in the electricity in the futures options, right? You can buy long and short them, right? So identify the stock exchange. It is your Multi Commodity Exchange of India. They have launched the electricity derivatives here. Next, inaugural edition of the Joint Special Force exercise Tiger Claw, conducted from 26th of May to 10th of June between Indian Air Force and the United States Air Force, concluded at where? It was in UP, Uttar Pradesh, right? Tiger Claw exercise. And it is held, Tiger Claw is held between Indian Air Force and US Air Force. Then next, according to the third edition of United Nations Ocean Conference, which concluded in France, pick out the correct statement. From the option given here, which of the following is rightly mentioned? If we see here, option B is right, that is the Coalition of Emerging Ocean Leaders, a global alliance of youth and early career professionals, was officially launched at the UNCO3. So, yes, absolutely right.